that here in MMS. And, of course, you can listen on the iHeartRadio app as well tonight.
That was a good bell ring.
It's clear, right? It was
very clear.
And nice clean peel.
And had a nice sustain.
Maybe that's the trick. Hold on.
That's my favorite.
This is the clank.
The choke. Yeah. Well done. Wait, hold on.
Yes, that's my favorite.
Boy. So Cavs are playing tonight. Next Friday, we are doing the show live downtown for All-Star Weekend. So the afternoon of February the 18th, we will be at Public Auditorium, starting regular showtime, 2 to 6:30. Me and Bill and Poundcake will be down there for NBA All-Star Weekend. I've got tickets for the remainder of this week to get you at one of those NBA crossover sessions. They're doing a bunch of them over the course of the weekend where it's a lot of interactive fan stuff. So I've got 4 packs of tickets for the one on Saturday. The one on Friday, I think they're noon to 4 every day. So if you're down there on Friday for that session next Friday, that's noon to 4, and then we'll start the show at 2 o'clock. So if you're going to be poking around Public Auditorium next Friday afternoon, make sure you stop by and say hello. Part of the NBA crossover event brought to you by Nissan. Put the show live from downtown next Friday. We'll do a live Poundcake sports break, and we'll do a live Bill Squire Friday Get Down. And I cannot wait for that.
Crossover.
Next Friday can't come soon enough, if you ask me. And if you don't ask me, next Friday can still not come soon enough. It has been pointed out to me, by the way, by a couple of people. We were talking about, they announced the lineup for that Ruffles All-Star Celebrity Game, and we were talking about Myles Garrett. Mm-hmm. A handful of people told me that Myles Garrett got, there were 2 Division I schools that were interested in him for basketball. And he opted for football.
He's going to light him up.
Yeah, who's going to guard Myles Garrett?
No one.
Nobody at all?
I don't think anybody wants to.
Right.
You want to get in his way? I don't.
I guess not. What about your boy Nick Chubb? Couldn't he do it? Is he going to be out there and doing
that? No, he's not playing.
Hasta la vista, baby! Nick Chubb touchdown!
Mm-hmm. Well, they're getting touchdowns. Listen, the United States finally has its first gold medal.
Yay!
You might not be paying attention to the Olympics, but if you are, you might have noticed it's taken a while for us to finally nail a gold. 5 days we didn't get a gold medal. First one is a woman named Lindsay Jacobellis. She wins the USA's first gold. She's 36. Wow. Whoa. Well done. She won it in snowboard cross, which is when you make your snowboard really angry. It's her 5th Olympics.
No,
and
you don't get
I'm sorry?
No. Let the snowboard cross wash over people.
Mm-hmm. It is her 5th Olympics and her first gold medal. She won a silver back in 2006. She's the first American to win gold this year.
And coming down to the finish, can Lindsay Jacobellis hold on to it? She does it! It's time to move on and finally put an end to talking about the 2006 Lindsay Jacobellis and begin talking about Beijing Olympic gold medalist Lindsay Jacobellis.
I'll tell you what, anytime the Olympics come around, you will invariably have a very highly regarded athlete who out and out flops. And this year, it's this girl named Michaela Schifrin. Have you seen anything? It's got to be heartbreaking.
I know nothing about what's going on with the Olympics.
So there's a skiing.
Paint me a picture.
This skier who is like second to none. This girl named Michaela Schifrin, who was supposed to get in there and they thought that she was going to look like Mr. T with friggin' gold medals. And she has flopped twice. Downhill skier. A couple of days ago, they made a big deal about the fact that she flopped. And she's like, look, I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm not going to freak out about it. I'm not going to get too into my own head. For the second time in a week, she was disqualified for missing a gate. And nobody can believe it. This is the girl who every year there
when
are a
you're
couple
in
of people
China,
who,
they got the different languages, and it's so confusing. Airports are big and they're scary, so I get why she would.
no,
miss
not
the
an
gate.
airport gate. A gate.
Again, that's good because I feel like that's a really weird reason to disqualify somebody.
That's what happens when you make your snowboard angry. So she is not, back when they had the Sochi Olympics in Russia, she won the gold for this very same event. But she has flopped hard twice, and the commentators are just beside themselves.
Here she goes. The important first run in the slalom to set the tone.
You have got to be kidding me.
Shocker right off the bat. Didn't even get into the course.
I can't think of a time that Michaela Schifrin has skied out in back-to-back races in the 11 years that she's been on the World Cup.
It's unimaginable. Twice in a span like this, in her specialty, that is just
Almost
shocking. It is just one of the biggest shockers in Olympic alpine skiing history to see what has happened to Michaela Schifrin, a legend in the sport at 26.
I thought that was uncalled for. They didn't need to do that. Did he say span or spam?
Two ends.
Spam? Because I just wanted to clarify. I was pretty sure he said in this span, but if it was spam, obviously that would affect your skiing if you're doing it on spam.
Yeah.
I always assumed that this was downhill.
Slang,
snow.
is it slang for like a kind of snow? Like if it's like powder or spam?
We went out to the Polar Blast. They had a fresh coat of spam, and it was, I didn't even need to spray the bottom of my tube. Just slid right down. And trouble is at the bottom of the hill, it's all that jelly. That's tough. That is tough. Okay, listen, I've got to give you some money here, so listen closely. It's a keyword. We call it go fund yourself because we're pretty clever around here. But it's still $1,000, so I hope you win. Good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fund yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword family at WMMS.com. That's family. Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
Alan, all the fake snow that they've had to use is causing issues for the athletes. That's still better than spam. I bet any one of them would rather ski on fake snow than real spam.
Yeah, but I'd be watching. If they were skiing on spam,
Spam boards?
I'm tuning into that. I don't care about skiing on fake snow.
Right.
I did watch. I saw the only thing that I've seen so far was I was at the gym today and they had on the cross country and they had to do like a bunch of, I don't know which event it was, but going up, watching people go uphill on those skis is so, like, it's painful just to watch it. Looks terrible.
Cross-country skiing, I always thought it got short shrift. I don't think people realize how difficult cross-country skiing is because say you start in Maine, okay? I mean, how long to get to San Francisco or whatever?
Well, and
And you need a lot of fake snow.
Right.
Oh,
You're
God.
going to get to
Spam.
some cities where it's just bone dry.
Bone dry. Bone dry! Waddle-deedle!
Cross country.
Cross-country, bone dry! Alan Cox Show After Hours line. Deedle. Gabba-dee-gee. After Hours line, anytime you just want to drop a message,
Grease man.
is 216-986-8903.
Alan, Caleb, and Kent listened on the podcast from yesterday. Two things. First, the bird with the silly noise that you guys say sounds like Delilah. All I hear is banana, just banana over and over again. And as a fellow consistent caller, it's sad to hear the passing of Rick. So in honor of him, I got to stick and move. Love you, bye.
Allegedly.
Yeah, we're not
Don't
sure
know if
that
he's
that's-
dead.
Ring, ring,
Yeah,
ring, ring,
I know.
ring. Banana phone.
I was,
Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone.
yeah, that doesn't sound like the that bird, that Finnish grackle or whatever it was.
No, it's Delilah.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with Gwen last night, and she was kind of on team, that's weird. when I told her what I was going to be doing. It's my daughter's birthday weekend, but they're doing something a little bit.
So take her with you.
A little bit more kid-centric or a little bit more something I can kind of dip out of. I go, hey, FYI, Saturday morning I'm going to be going to a wake. And I don't know if I know she knows Rick. He's called in when she's sat in before. And I said, if there was another way to do this, like, I don't know that I have any options.
Is it more or less inappropriate to message one of the people on Instagram or on Facebook? Because that was my thought.
I thought Bill was hitting somebody up.
He didn't message anybody.
I messaged someone that knows her, but he didn't know if Rick is her dad. Like,
I would rather find someone on social media and hit them up.
And what do you say? Hey, I work for this radio show.
Again,
you know what I mean?
I don't need to like get bogged down in details. Again, part of me doesn't understand because Gwen's like, well, if it is him, okay, but if it's not, you're talking to some strangers and they're grieving. I go, yeah, but I'm not going in there. I'm not wearing a beanie with a propeller on it. Like
you're going in there respectfully.
It's not my first rodeo. Like I know how to do things, you know. I'm like, I don't need to console people. I just need to be respectful of the process. Mm-hmm. What I figured I would do is probably find somebody who works there first.
What are they going to know?
The funeral home director?
Funeral home director isn't going to know anything. That guy's handed a piece of paper to do the intros of, hey, the daughter's coming up to talk next.
But
that guy
also,
doesn't know anything.
Okay, fine. All I'm saying, I'm looking for anything that's not going to involve me walking up to a grieving family and going, hey,
well,
you don't know me, but...
That was my whole point, was that it's like, there's no way to get this information other than talking to his daughter or wife.
That's not necessarily true. If I can, I've got a handful of little bits of information about him, and if I can find someone who perhaps was a friend and rattle a couple of things off, and they can tell me...
And play some, clips for him. Bring earbuds.
I'm hoping to avoid that, by the way, playing the clips. But there's simply no other way to do this, and we need to know.
I understand.
So if anybody's got a better idea,
well, that's
I'm
my
all
question.
ears.
Is just sending those people a message on Facebook. Hey,
what people? We don't know who to contact.
We found his ex-wife and his daughter.
We don't know that that's his ex-wife.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Well, we don't know that it's our Rick's wife.
Yeah.
Not ex-wife, widow. We know those two people that we found on Facebook are for sure 100% related to the guy who passed away. We do not know.
But we haven't heard back from them?
Nobody has messaged them because you said you want to go.
Oh, well, no. My understanding is that we had no other point of contact. If there's somebody
well, they don't know us, so it would be reaching out to a full stranger on Facebook and
whether
saying...
It's
after
him,
their dad just died.
What I'm saying is whether it's him or not, I'm still going to be a stranger.
Right.
So
if you'd rather do that on Facebook than at the wake, then do it on Facebook.
Well, send me the link or whatever.
And it should probably be from the show page, right? So that way it's not just a random person. It's a little bit more legitimate.
I'm not illegitimate. I mean, I don't think they're going to think they're being pranked by somebody pretending to be. That would be really obscure. Like,
I don't know.
What's the upside of that?
And then...
So I just called in just writing some, just getting in there.
So say someone messages them and asks them, like, hey, we're on a radio show, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, oh, not our Rick, never mind, have a good funeral. Like, what do you do after that?
Then you just say, I'm very sorry
That's
about
why
your
you're
loss.
not. That's why you're not going, Poundcake. I'm slick. I know how to talk to people.
Okay. You go ahead, talk.
I should send him in there.
Don't you do that.
With like a little earpiece. Is anybody watching Murderville?
No.
Oh my God, is this show funny? You gotta watch Murderville.
What is it?
It's the Will Arnett thing on Netflix.
No.
Where he plays a homicide detective, Terry Seattle, and he has a guest star every episode, but they don't have a script. So it's kind of improv on their part, and they have to play along. So the first episode was Conan. Second one was Marshawn Lynch. Third one was Kumail Nanjiani.
How was that one?
Everybody, all the people talking about the show think that Marshawn was the funniest one. And it was funny, but the Kumail one, oh my God.
So good?
It's just really funny. I'm sitting there watching it we were crying laughing so hard. I go, Will Arnett could do 10 years of this show if he wanted to. It's 30 minutes a pop.
I like it.
And they have to determine who the killer is. It's a killer every time. And the chief comes in at the end and goes, "Who do you think was the killer?" And then like the celebrity guest has to like
make a guess.
Yeah, they've been picking up clues the whole time.
So it's a comedy. Figure it out.
It is fantastic. I think he took the idea from like a British show or something, but it's called Murderville. It's Will Arnett, and it's improv on the part of the guest. So they're like laughing and breaking character the whole bit, but Jesus, is it funny?
That's original too. I want to check it out.
Yeah,
I like Will Arnett a lot.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He even sucked me into watching that Lego Masters show because it's something I can watch with my daughter. You know, I don't give a rat's ass about Lego, but it's a fun show to watch. He's good.
Well, he is Batman.
He is Batman. Yeah. So anyway, send me whatever links
we
got to people.
That's what our Pat was talking about. That's a silly Batman. The Lego Batman.
If you
is
prefer
silly.
the Will Arnett Batman, that's not me. Yeah, send me whatever links you got to people because I would obviously. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I would obviously rather do that.
Yes.
Than show up. But man, I look good in a suit.
So wear a suit and FaceTimer.
Just boxers and a tie. Let me break. Want to text for anything? 35192. You give me a text there. I'll have another 4-pack of passes for you later on for the NBA crossover session, one of 3 that are going to be happening at Public Auditorium next weekend for All-Star Weekend. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you can listen to the show anywhere on the iHeartRadio app, and we'll be back.